Muted mic. Look at this muted mic. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Welcome, everyone. Glad you guys can join us for a shorter edition of Say Hey Plays. Obviously, it's only going to be a two-game card. But of course, we've got an interesting game with the Field of Dreams game, which we'll talk about first, obviously. We'll talk about the more interesting game, and then we've got a shit bum Red Sox team versus the Orioles next. But we will talk about it first off the top of the show. Thanks everyone for joining us. A lot of fun stuff happening. Thank you, Johnny Guns. Got a good feeling about today, Jose. Appreciate it. And thanks for the haircut, a compliment. You needed it. Needed it after all that bad stretch. Matt Stoney joining us as well. Thank you so much. Let's get right into Say Hey Plays 124. Field of Dreams, first game on the board here for us. It's going to be an interesting one to say the least here. So, obviously, if you watched the program, I've been talking about how this game kind of owes me some money. And let's fix that. There we go. That's better. This game owes me some money because last year I bet the under in this game thinking that, they changed the backdrop for the hitters, new backdrop. I don't know what it is, but this game would be an under game. And no, they brought the juice balls out, and this game clearly shot over last year, and it was very interesting. Now, an interesting little note here: everyone was at the over this morning was at minus 120. Now, over 9 sits at even money for me, guys. Even money. So that is a concern. That is a concern. And shout out to my guys like Mike M who have sports insights. If you want to drop the cash totals in here, let us know what it is. I'll tell you, the over or sorry, the over looks like might not be cutting it today, guys. I'm still going to be making it an official play here. It's funny. Earlier today, it was in the field of the friends and family parlay at minus 120. Now I'm going to be rebetting it at even money, which is kind of crazy, but I think it's going to be a fascinating game to say the least. The juice balls, will they be out? Who knows? But we'll talk about Nick Lodolo versus Drew Smiley. Nick Lodolo, we all know, a good lefty, a young lefty. His last appearance at Milwaukee, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs there, 2 home runs, 4 Ks, 4 walks. Not the best start before then. A good start against the Baltimore Orioles, so we'll talk about shortly. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 2 walks there. Do you trust him? And ultimately, I think I'm starting to trust the Cincinnati Reds team as a whole more, and I have officially moved on them as well. Money line minus 112. Uh, Preston, buddy, let me tell you, I'll stop the show for this comment because Preston obviously hits deep with these comments because he knows about the community college barbers. I actually upgraded. I live far away from them now, so I don't want to go there. So I have to pay $40 for haircuts instead of $5 or whatever it was, like $10. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame. I hate that shit, but it's what it is now. But so let's get back on track. Thank you for watching, Preston. That's a appreciate it. But ultimately, I like the Reds as a team more than the over, I guess, now, since that money has moved. The Cubs against lefty since the All-Star break, dead last. 53 weighted runs created plus. So I say this, guys. I like the over. I'm playing the over here at even money now, and I'm playing the Reds. I got it at minus 112. I tweeted it out. I got that total. Let me double check. I tweeted out the total, so I can't even count the even money to my record here. So I'm not going to double up. I got the total at minus 115. So not minus 120, but yeah, even money. I'd still play it. So minus 115 for me officially here. I'd get it at even money. I think it's a concern, but I like the Reds more as a side here. Drew Smiley, real quick. Let's talk about him because he's a capable pitcher in his own right. 6 2/3, 5 hits, no earned runs against the Miami Marlins. So take that with what you will. The Marlins are bad here. 5 against the San Francisco Giants, 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs there, 5 walks, 2 home runs there, or 5 Ks, I should say, 2 walks, and then 2 home runs there. At Cincinnati, he was his only start against them this year, and it's been a while. And of course, Lindor has not seen the Cubs yet, so we can only use this one start for Drew Smiley at the Reds. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs, and obviously that's at the Reds, a pitcher-friendly ballpark. So I'm a little concerned about the over. I'm worried after the line movement, and I'm like, I guess after all the criticism last year they had juice balls clearly. We'll see it. We'll see it. I think it'll be very, very fun game to watch. So I'm on the Reds and the over for sure. Matt Stoney feeling good about himself right now. Matt Stoney, appreciate you watching. Appreciate it. And by the way, look at that. Damon Santori, that's a struggle right there. I paid $40 for this haircut, and obviously it wasn't fucking much of a haircut. So tough scene for me. Tough scene. Let's move on to the Red Sox Orioles game, which is a makeup game. I won't take too much time here. I do have an official play, and I'm glad I started with the Field of Dreams game because I'm going to be on an island here, and I'm going to take the Red Sox money line here, -120. And it's dropped. It was -125. Now it's -120. I'm like, I don't know. And Ian, of course, Ian's on first 5 full game Orioles. And I'm like, oh gosh, that doesn't make me feel any better. But Red Sox lose both games against the Braves, which is kind of to be expected. A Braves team that's just really, really good. This Red Sox team's not that good. And the Red Sox have not won a series against an AL East team here. And it will be very classic Red Sox if their only series win against an American League team is against the Baltimore Orioles in a 1-game series. And I kind of expect it here. Orioles are going to Tampa Bay tomorrow as well. So it's one of those, like, you go from home to Boston to Tampa spots. Home team usually has the advantage in those spots. The Orioles are a young squad. Obviously, the game ran out yesterday. I was hoping they would play, I guess, to get the win here for the Red Sox. But, they were there, still rain out. They still got to chill in the dugout, all that stuff. So I'm taking the Red Sox money line here, and that will be the first leg, or I guess the second leg, if you want to count order. That is the friends and family, or I should say hey parlay of the day here. Red Sox money line -120, and the Cincinnati Reds money line at -120. So instead of taking it straight up to eat the juice here, I'm parlaying it plus 244 for the say hey parlay today. And I have the Reds at -114 and Red Sox at -120. So there you go. I'll look at the comments now so I can get roasted here as well. And by the way, the gas station report, we're talking as well haircuts. I mean, damn, I know. Not applicable liking Boston money line as well. Rocco Rogers saying, why the hell were such dogs to open? I like this game, but I hated the line, so I'm scared off as of right now. Facts right there. I really think it's the travel spot. Like the 1-game series for the road teams, just never an ideal spot. Shout out to Rocco Rogers for joining us. No worries. I'm glad you're here now. But yes, and by the way, Matt Stoney saying, I was capping the game earlier, and the first fight should stay close enough, which isn't good for Boston's BP bullpen versus, I know. The Red Sox bullpen's horrid. And yes, I did get a haircut. Thank you, gas station report. I told you guys, I need to change the vibes here in this losing streak. I had to change the vibes some form or fashion, and it was the haircut. Winning a bet here today. We're 1-0 so far. We're feeling good. That first 5 under 4 -110 was great. A great hit in Philadelphia. Edward Cabrera, man, just on fire. It's pretty remarkable to see. But shout out to Edward Cabrera. I'll recap the plays here real quick. And I've got to write down to say, hey, parlay. This is one of those disadvantages of doing the show by myself. It's hard for me to talk and write at the same time. So Boston money line and Cincinnati money line. See, I've got to remember. I've got to write these things down because I have a memory of a fucking pigeon. And by the way, like I mentioned, that parlay is at plus 244. So Say hey parlay. Need to hit one. Let's do it. MDR, thanks for joining us. This is obviously going to be a short show because it's only 2 games. And obviously, we talked. They talked a lot about him on Betting with the Bag. I was on there for their afternoon games. It was a great time as always. We're 1-0, like I mentioned. The record, by the way, 341 and 355, up 6.57 units. And crypto-ish, you're very right about that. It is the weed. We'll say that quietly. But the Red Sox money line and the Reds money line are the say hey parlay of the day, plus 244. The over in the Field of Dreams game, over 9. I got it at minus 115. Now it is at even money. Concerning. Cincinnati money line at minus 112, also official for me as well. So I'm on the Reds here in multiple forms or fashion. I hope they just kick the hell out of the Cubs, I guess, for that over. Ready to go. We're ready to go here. So we're hoping for the turnaround. And by the way, for the people that missed perhaps the friends and family parlay, I'm not counting it on the Say Hey records. It is only the Say Hey parlay that I'm counting it for, but we've hit 2 of the last 3. And that was the Pittsburgh, Arizona first 5 under 4.5, which I think I actually already lost. So never mind. Don't even worry about it. If you want to take the Giants and the over, those are the other 2 legs of it, which I'm realizing. But, I haven't watched that game. I was mainly too busy getting my hair cut, obviously, as you guys can tell. But friends and family, Giants and the over, if you guys are interested in those last 2 legs as well. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Crypto-ish, Matt Stoney, not applicable, Mr. MDR, Rocco, Damon Santori, all you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Johnny Guns, Preston, Sean, Spencer, Buzzer Beater, a great name there, and I appreciate the face for radio. That is facts. You can't argue with facts there. Crypto-ish, by the way, Reds team total over 3.5. I like that. I like that a lot as well. Now we're getting out of here. We're going to get out of here now. Tomorrow is Friday, so we've got a little Connor Mack action as well. So thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll see you guys in 24 hours because Say Hey plays every day of the baseball season. Say Hey plays 124 today, 125 tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.